Well, hello there. How are you doing today? My name's Campbell. Thanks for joining us. And today we're going to check out some more videos from around the realm so we can get more of a handle on what is going on at the moment because it's a strange time, right? I think we're lucky to be here. This time has not happened in a long time, right? With all the change that's going on. And, in my opinion, there definitely is a lot of change going on, a lot of people becoming more aware and seeing through, the matrix, as they call it, which is, of course, the apocalypse. Apocalypse means the veil is being lifted. So we're seeing what's behind the veil, right? Just like the Wizard of Oz. So this is all for entertainment purposes only, of course, YouTube. And don't believe anything I say. Don't believe anything you hear in the videos. This is all about contemplation, coming up with your own ideas and getting your own perspective. So let's jump in and see what's going on in the realm around us.
They took the trees. Our fruit trees. They took the trees and sold us back the fruit. Then they took the water. Rivers, rain, springs that fed civilizations for thousands of years, bottled it and sold it back to us. They took the land that existed here long before any human drew lines around it. And they said, if you want to stand here, you better have a payment plan. Everything we need to exist, food, water, shelter, was already here. Nobody created it. But somehow, you were born owing for it. Am I the only one this drives mad? I mean, why is a free life such a crazy idea? Why does simply existing without bills, debt, or permission sound like a fantasy? Why in the hell did we ever let anybody convince us that this is the way things were supposed to be?
Well, that's no joke. Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's all these things, right? All these rights that have been taken off us, if you want to say that. Of course, in some way, we've given them away, right? That they've offered to take away the water and the fruit, and we've kind of complied, right? Not that we had 100% disclosure or knowledge, but like he said at the end, why have we let this happen? Because ultimately it comes back to us. It really does. And we can point the finger and blame whoever we want to, but there are three fingers pointing back at us every time we point the finger. And I think the problem with doing that and, finding a scapegoat, finding someone who is the problem or something, it takes our power away because we can then not fix the problem. If the problem's government, we can't fix the government. We can't change it, can we? Like, there's nothing we can do about that. So it is a place of non-power when we start to blame. So I think the better way is to take responsibility. And of course, guys, like I said, we didn't have full disclosure. We didn't know what was going on. This was all sleight of hand, predictive programming, problem, reaction, solution. All these things have been played on us. But now that we can see that, because we're in the apocalypse, we can make changes. And it doesn't mean we have to collapse the system. It doesn't mean we have to make other people change. It just means we need to change our habits. If you want to drink better water, get better water, source better water, better food, source that. With the land and that, just look for different solutions rather than getting angry, I guess is what I'm saying, because I really think that getting angry and finding someone to blame is not helping us at all. But let me know what you thought about that video.
Okay, so you'll see this is just one example of how a tree breaks down, and most people, when they think of rings, they think of looking down at a stump like this. But like, whether you're looking at it 2D, 3D, there's so many different ways these trees break down and fall apart, break apart. And remember the massive size difference. Okay, so this was a cedar. You can just tell by the characteristics. And then you see here how some of the rings are recognizable, okay? And then they get busted up and you don't know what they look like, okay? You'll see this. all throughout my videos. But you just got to remember how the tree breaks down. There's so many different ways. You know, like in the side of the mountain, you've seen a bunch of stuff like that, weathered and eroded. That's all you're seeing, but hundreds or thousands of feet up the whole mountain. And then you got knots and different twists and turns. You know, you just got to keep all that in mind. Things like that. Things like that. But that there could have been thousands of feet in diameter, or not like that, to where it's not consistent straight rings like this. Okay? You see some of the radius, like the waviness. You see like a knot right here, or where a branch come out. There's so many different examples of how these trees break down.
The giant trees. What do you think? Do you believe in the giant tree, theory? I don't think it's a theory. We see the giant trees. What do you think about the giant trees? Do you think they were real? Do you think it's a psyop? Because, when you look around, we have these things called mesas and tabletop mountains, and they look exactly like tree stumps. They have the tree rings and everything. And if you go check out Hangman 1128 on YouTube, he has a lot of videos where he goes out and explores these mountains and shows you that basically they look pretty much exactly like an old fallen tree. And of course, this raises the question with geology. Like geology, right? We have these geologists and they love to tell us that everything's millions and billions of years old. But is that correct? Or is our topography, like our landscape, our geology, is it a lot newer, a lot closer to us than we're told? And is it mainly made up of fallen trees? Is that what the mountains really are? I mean, let me know your perspective in the comments, because, like I said, we've got all these messes, we've got all these mountains that look like broken trees as well, mountain ranges, but then we also have the Titan sort of theory that they're giants, right? Titans have made up a lot of these mountains and hills. Which one do you think it is? Do you think it's a bit of both? But mainly, do you think that all that we're looking at with geology is completely something different than we've been told? And is it all based on giant trees and their remains?
Boy, I fucking figured out how to defeat AI. AI is on the rise. We need to combat it with the rise of OI. And OI stands for Organic Intelligence, which means you can't. Your divine spirit, your divine love force, your divine life force, bring it to the surface, let it bubble up, pour it out to the world, let people see it. Don't be afraid to be seen. Don't be afraid to share your message. Put your magic into the world. The world needs your magic more now than ever before. Make sure you're following this page, because this page is the place to fucking be.
I approve of this message. Sorry about the bombs in that one. I didn't realize they were coming up, but clearly it's a place to be. But yeah, it's true. It is time, right, that we all became more of who we were meant to be, and got that out into the public, because there's this big thing at the moment. I've seen there's so many videos out at the moment about people retreating from society, and everyone's lost faith in everything and all this kind of stuff. But hiding ourselves away and compartmentalizing ourselves, right, from everyone else, I don't think is helping the problem. I think he's correct. Let me know what you think. But yeah, I think we've all got to get out there and shine, right, with our natural born gifts.
You are capable of doing impossible things in this life. You are capable of doing the things that you never thought once were possible. Look at the things that you've accomplished that prior you never thought that you would be able to see that day. You have done and proven to yourself that you are capable of those things. You are capable of the impossible.
Yes, there you go. Turn impossible into I'm possible. Yes, I know it's corny, but it's good.
So by now, pretty much everybody has seen the clip where the UFC fighter said this.
Michelle Obama is a man! Am I right, America?
This has caused a huge uproar to the point where Michelle Obama actually put out a statement about it. Check it out.
As transgender. And that's, that warms my heart, particularly as a black man.
Well, there you have it, folks.
Do you consider yourself American or Chinese?
I think of myself as a human being because under the sky, we are one family. That's the way I see it.
Bruce, some people say you act like you could defeat anyone. Do you believe that?
Every fighter can win or lose. The moment you think you're unbeatable, you're already defeated.
What defines real strength?
Strength is the ability to remain conscious under pressure. Force is easy, awareness is rare.
Bruce, some critics say you're overrated. What do you say to that?
Overrated, underrated, these are opinions. My work speaks louder than labels.
How do you stay calm in chaos?
Find the still point within you. Storms cannot harm a mountain that stands unmoved.
Do you think people waste too much time thinking about time?
Time does not pass, we pass. The moment you understand this, every second becomes precious. Why do thoughts burden people so much? Because they cling to thoughts as identity. Thoughts are clouds, you are the sky. Let them drift, and the space is still yours.
Bruce, what's the hardest thing a person can do?
To express yourself honestly, not lying to oneself. That, my friend, is very hard to do.
Your confidence looked like ego, wasn't it?
Ego seeks attention. I sought clarity, and clarity needs no applause.
Why do humans constantly compare themselves?
Comparison begins when self-identity is unclear. Understanding oneself removes the need to measure against others.
Wise words from Mr. Lee there. Oh, Bruce. Sure, we got some Bruce Lee fans out there. I mean, that was good, right? I did look through the comments on that video, and there was a few people saying, is it AI? Yes, I think it is. I don't know. I really don't know. But the thing is, the sentiment was good, right? That's good information as far as I'm concerned. Like, very wise things to say. So, you know, I don't think it matters if it's AI or not. I tend to think it's probably not, because I have seen a lot of these videos before, but it may have been enhanced, right, and turned into color. But anyway, that's beside the point. A lot of good information in there. So I hope you enjoyed that little clip. There's actually more, and I'll play the second half in another video. But please let me know, what was your favorite quote there by Bruce Lee?
Promise me that you won't use this for evil. Today we're going to be talking about negative cycles, how to identify them in your life, and remove them once and for all. Let's go. You've been trying to quit for a while now, and at this point it just has an iron grip on you. And there's no shame in admitting that. Admitting it is the first step, and the fact that you are still trying to change after all this time means that you still have a very powerful why. And what is your why, might you ask? Your why is your reason not to do the negative habits. But you actually have two whys. Your reason to do it, obviously, it feels good, and your reason not to do it. And we're going to find out what that is. And it's only with true clarity that you can break the cycle. An addiction is something you do regardless of its negative side effects. But addictions are not based in logic, are they? Hey bro, do you want to do this thing where it feels really good, and then it feels like you're dying afterwards? It's a dramatic example, but I'm trying to hammer home the point that your emotions dictate everything. Addictions are painkillers, regardless if it's to actual painkillers or not. You have an addiction, you are doing this to avoid another emotion. There is something that you are unable to face, so you picked up a crutch in order to deal with that. The thing that you're avoiding is the opposite of the feeling you desire the most. What's the opposite of happiness? Sadness. People will smoke to avoid sadness because they don't feel happy. Your emotions never go away. They manifest back into your life through certain situations, circumstances, and scenarios. And what goes around comes around. And since your external world is a direct reflection of your internal state of consciousness, the more negativity you put out, the more is going to come back to you in different negative forms, like arguments, fights, being late. I could go on. I see you in the comments. Get back up here. So in order to combat our biggest issue, we have to first decide to be the person who is freed from these negative habits. Who is the person that would not participate in this kind of self-destructive behavior? what would that person be doing instead? Is most likely the thing you actually want to do, but this addiction is holding you back from getting to your true potential and bringing you into that real state of happiness. Sometimes, brother, the addiction entity is so powerful that we are just too blind to see it. And that's okay, but we have to accept accountability today if we want to make a change, because nothing changes if nothing changes. So I don't ever want to hear you say that you're trying to quit ever again. Focus on being the person who has already cleaned up their act, and the rest will follow. So if you learned something today, or you just liked the video, give me a sub, like, and comment below what you're trying to attract. My name is Peyton. Thank you so much for watching.
Well, thanks, Peyton. Yeah, the negative cycles. And I hear what he's saying, right? Who would you rather be? Like, what is your ultimate form, right? Getting very Super Saiyan here, right? Your ultimate evolution. Obviously, negative self-talk, is very bad. Don't do that. But he's saying instead of, the positive, I can do this or I'm so great, find out what do you look like as this ultimate person, as the ultimate self, right, for you. What traits do they have? What do they do? How do they talk? If we can work this out and build a picture of ourselves, then we can start to see it, start to feel it, and start to embody it. And I do agree that that is the way out, of, being stuck, of frustration, of even addiction, is to see ourselves as someone else and to start walking into that. Of course, this is simple, but not easy, right? Simple to write down what you want, harder to actually do it. But I think with all these things, it's stickability, right? If you stick at it until it sticks, then you'll be good, right? The problem is people give up before they get to the goal. And like he said at the start, you're doing well anyway, because you're still here. You're still wanting to learn. You're still wanting to change. You're still wanting to help the world. So you're definitely on the right track. But, with all of us, definitely myself included, we all can change ourselves. We all can be a better version of ourselves. And that all begins with us seeing ourselves as that person, right? Because everything is created twice, once in the mind and second in reality. So who do you really want to be? And there we go, guys. That is it. Thanks for spending some time with me. A little bit of a different one here today. And, I have been thinking a lot. I've done over 100 of these videos now, and my intention was to put a different spin on things, right? To put these stories out without the fear that normally comes with them, and just to get people to ask different questions, to see it differently, and really just to see it all as a game, not take it too seriously. But there is, it's always been playing on me. There is this bit that I am perpetuating these stories, right? And theories and things, and not everyone is going to take it, obviously, as I am trying to put it forward, right? It's still going to build fear in some people, right? Some people still, get scared of this stuff. So, I'm always wondering, what's the best way to get a message out? What's the best way to create change is really what I'm trying to do. Just in general in the world, nothing specific. I just want to put out a different perspective and let that seep into the ether, right, with everyone else who's doing it. And I think that will overall create change. But let me know what you think of this format, and let me know in the comments what topics would you like me to talk about in these videos. Have you got any favorite, people, philosophers, creators that you want me to check out? Let me know in the comments. And also you'll find my email below. If you've got specific videos that you want me to have a look at, send them across to me in the email and just tag it as video, and I'll put it in the show as well. But there you go, guys. Thanks for spending some time with me. I do hope you enjoyed that one. Please do give me a like and hype this video up, share it around, all that good stuff. And of course, if you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss future uploads. And of course, as always, stay awesome, because you are. And I'll talk to you on the next upload. Bye for now.
Get down. Get down. Down.
Apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. Oakley, come here. Come here.
They're on the internet calling you bald.
Ow!
Where did you get this dirty? Where's your brother? Oh my God.